Hey folks, Quill18 here. This is an epilogue to our Europa Universalis 3 game as England. People had requested an overview of the world map, so I'm going to do it from this screen because it allows us to see into areas that we don't normally have vision into. I won't be able to zoom in and out, but we will be able to pan around the map. So here's our main kingdom, the island of Great Britain and Ireland. And I'm going to look at our holdings first. Heading down to the south, well, we've got the Azores right over here, which is going to be very important for allowing us to reach North America over here and take out or take over Massachusetts. And then down over here we have British Mali. We've dug quite deeply into Africa. I think that should the game continue, wow, Castile's got this area too. Castile has been a monster powerhouse in this game. They've got all of this, excuse me, and more holdings in Africa. And in fact, if we pan over to the west, they've even got a little bit over here in South America. So if this game were to continue, a lot of it would really come down to Castile and myself. France remains a powerhouse in Europe, but maybe not so much going forward. Depends on how it does with getting its colonization up. Portugal is a non-entity, and not a whole lot to talk about down here. None of the sort of European nations have really colonized this aspect of Africa. So back to Europe over here. Aragon's grown quite a bit, I believe, since the start. Again, France hasn't taken over Brittany, which of course we own. Provence is still independent, although possibly vassalized, as are Armagnac. It says it's independent though, so that's good for it. The German states over here. Bohemia, Austria is quite large and spread out actually, which is kind of odd. Heading north, we've got Sweden over here. And we have a teeny tiny little Denmark as well. Castile's got some more land up here, unbelievable. Norway is split in two, so it has had a fairly unsuccessful war with Castile. In fact, I might be able to, should I continue, take Orkney from Norway, since they're a little bit weakened apparently. Muscovy, Finland, Novgorod, the Teutonic Order, a little more Sweden down there. Lithuania is still quite huge, kind of oddly shaped, with Ryazan in the middle here. Poland, way down here on the Black Sea. Georgia, the Ottomans, they're a little oddly shaped. Castile's got some more land, unbelievable. And is that more here? No. And we've got a bunch of hordes, and then way over in the east, Korea. I'm actually not sure what the geography of the east looks like around this town. It feels like Korea's taken over a lot more than it should. Of course, this is the Korean peninsula sort of as is now. Everything from this line south is kind of where Korea is in real life. So I don't know if historically they had this or not. I have really no idea. The Ming Empire and Japan is broken up into the shogunates, I think, is what's going on here. Japan proper is just this one little tile in here. Kind of funny. That's where the emperor is, I think. Yeah, the emperor, and then everything else, they're daimos. So Japan was a little weird at the time. Not much here. Australia is just a wasteland. I don't think it can be colonized in this version of the game. Maybe there's some provinces on the coast. Looks like that might be the case. I'm not sure. So there you have it. There is the state of the world at the end of this game. I might continue this game, I might not, but it's not going to be anytime soon. We're going to move on to the rest of the Paradox games. And that's it. Thanks for joining me on all this. See you next time.